than our poorer people to fight because we want them to survive. We are, as a leader, you are only as good as the amount of men you have to follow you. You're wanting to keep those people alive. So everyone that went onto the battlefield, even if they were a farmer, even if they were a woodworker, would be a trained warrior.
Helmet. Would you like, well, you have to ask them now.
Talk about him in a second. So yeah, it's been around for thousands of years. What we're going to do, we're going to come out the other side. My son Max is going to fly them. He's in his Victorian poaching kit. Okay, it's his first time he's worn it today. I'll give him a bit of a wolf whistle. It looks quite dashing, doesn't it? Modern day falconry. We're going to talk to you about certain phrases that come from the medieval period of falconry. Okay, that's what happened to his feathers. He'll get too waterlogged and too heavy to fly. Also, the raindrops hitting the ground are going to interfere with his hearing. He can hear the heartbeat of a... Look, there's a mouse. You see the mouse? Yeah. He can hear the heartbeat of a mouse from about 2 metres away. You want to catch it? No? Okay. He can hear the heartbeat of a mouse from about 2 metres away. That's how good his hearing is. You can imagine that. A mouse, a roll or silent flight, no waterproofing on the feathers. If it rains, he can't hunt. Can an owl turn his head all the way round? It's got 14 vertebrae in its neck compared to a human 7. They still cannot turn their heads all the way around. Psst, psst, here. Psst. No, I'm not over there, I'm here. Psst, psst. Go and get him, Max. It's a human 7. It's impossible. If he did do that, the blood supply will stop to his brain and he'll pass out and die. And the owl's got special vessels in its skull to hold that blood. Okay, it still pumps the blood to his brain when he turns his head 270 degrees, not 360. Right? The eyes on an owl are stuck in his socket. He cannot turn his eyes because there's not enough room in that owl's skull for muscles. Also, the eyes are like a cylinder shape, they're not round. His skull is about the size of a golf ball. So again, like I said, there's not enough room in that skull for muscles. Long-sighted, psst, psst, here, come all the way. So if I go up to him and put my finger in front of his beak, he's going to have a little nibble. Because he can't see my fingers up close by his beak. Because again, look, there's no muscles to turn his eyes. Kids, get your finger and put it on the end of your nose like this. You turn your eyes, you look at your finger, you can probably see 2. So your muscles have just helped you turn your eyes to look downwards. Hence what so I've only from 2 weeks old, right? He thinks I'm his parent. I think he thinks he's a human. He looks like you lot, I don't know. Right? Because he's had so much human interaction, he doesn't know how to hunt. So if he gets out in the wild, again, he won't survive. But he's not a hunting bird. Remember, Max is in the wrong position straight away. Let's go. Hit that mouse. No, you... Oh. Come here. How do they stay around? Why do they stay in this arena? Again, it's the manning process. We get them used to it. Then, before we fly a bird, Max, hang on a minute, people are still walking around. Take a seat, because the bird's going to be flying close to your head, so I don't want you walking around and he's flying into you. So what we're doing here with the birds is a little bit dangerous for them, but I want you lot to see the birds up close and closer. Okay, right. Where were we? Falconry bird hunting, kestrel, knave for a kestrel for a knave, and so on. Weight, that's the one. So when the birds are young, we're going to weigh the bird. We're going to fly that bird at the weight it comes to see us. He weighs 6 ounces. I wouldn't fly him. He wouldn't be responding to me. He would just sit there and he'd mess about. So if a bird sits around and doesn't do its job that I'm asking it to do, I've overfed the bird and I've not manned the bird to my surroundings enough. Go, Max. So it goes on the training line so it doesn't fly off. I've got to trust that bird to come back to me, the bird's got to trust me to feed it. Okay, it's quite simple. It takes a lot of time. Right, let's pop him over here. We know it's a male. He's got grey feathers on his head. The tail feathers are grey as well. I've had Mo from 10 days up. Watch your head. Get in there. Sit well on. Give me a round of applause. Proper hawk name, Amy. Okay, she knows her name. I've had her 15 years, from 16 weeks old. She's fully parent reared. She knows she's a hawk compared to the imprinted birds who think they're human. Look, she's ripping that rabbit to pieces. She wants to get into the juicy parts to eat it herself. I can't let her eat that. I want to take that rabbit home and we're going to cook ourselves a nice casserole of wash it down. Okay? But how do we get her off of that? I can't just push her off, she'll get the hump. Look, she's mantling over that rabbit. Here's the second phase. The word mantling comes from your fireplace around the mantelpiece. Look, mantling, she's covering up, but she doesn't want you to see what she's doing. Clean your beak. Right, turn her around. Max is going to show you how we get her off the kill. Wash your hand. Right, he's going to hold on to the rabbit. He's going to throw a bit of food to one side. She's going to hit you. He's going to throw a bit of food to one side. It's right behind her. She hasn't seen it. There you go. We do it. That's full of grass, bird. We're going to do a fair trade. There's your third saying, a fair trade with the bird. We throw a bit of food to one side. She eats that while we nick the rabbit, and then we take it home and cook it. Well done, young man. Back to your parents. Give him a massive round of applause on his way back. No? There you go, look. Okay? They're actually a pack smaller, yeah? So what's going to happen with the Harris Hawks? Watch the wind. Amy, ground. Oi, get that. So the smaller males are on the ground.
As you can see, our Saxons are throwing those axes at the advancing people, and then they are retreating because they have no armour, and if the person with the sharp stick gets to them, they're going to die quickly, hit somebody. So for that, we're going to start with our archers, please, if you could step forward. So here we have our archers. Now, obviously, in England, we had the Welsh and the Welsh Marches archers with their longbows. We've got Saxons here with a longbows. We've got some recurve bows. They were with us from the Romans onwards. Quite often those would be made of composite materials, so horn and wood together to form them. And you can see, I think there's a leather sheath around one, is that Jack? Is that leather covered? Yeah, to protect it from the elements, because if they get damp, the water will soak through and it will actually wreck the glue that holds them all together. So you cover them in leather to keep them safe. So archers, if you would like to take your positions. So the advantage of the bow. You've seen how short distance thrown items are, you know, so how strong are you, how heavy is the thing you're throwing. With a bow we can now increase the range from 25 metres maximum effective range to 300 yards, about 275 metres.
Archers, are you ready? No! Draw! Leg! No! Draw! Leg!
Oh, they're doing really well today.
No! Draw! Leg!
So at the Battle of Crecy, the French led with some Milanese crossbowmen. They ended up with a rainstorm. Now their bows were composite bows. They were made of horn and wood. They got soaking wet and they lost power. So the Milanese crossbowmen had to go closer to the English archers. It was raining quite heavily, so the English archers de-strung their bows, which is really simple with a longbow, popped their arrow strings under their hats to keep them dry, waited till it stopped raining and the Milanese got nice and close. The Milanese crossbowmen thought they were going to outrange the English archers. Because their bows were wet, they didn't have the power. The English archers took their strings out from under their hats, popped them back on their bows and shot all the Milanese crossbowmen. England wins. So we have, first of all, in the lead is a Norman arbalist. So he has a simple crossbow with a wooden prod. So that's the bow itself, linen string on that. And then there's a little notch in the stock. So he pulls the string back, it goes into the notch at the back, and the trigger pushes a little dowel up, which dislodges the string. So as you can see though with the crossbow, it's slightly slower to load. So what you're trading off here is the ability to get 15 arrows a minute to only be able to get 2 or 3, maybe 4, 5 bolts a minute. But the advantage of these high-powered crossbows is they can punch through the armour. So the armour again has to develop. So where it's developed, stop the arrows and the bolts. So we've got quicker to train, cheap to produce, easy to use. And you can take any peasant and chuck them on a battlefield with one of these. Obviously, if get the most shots off in a minute, who is the most effective person on the battlefield during the entire medieval period and before, from Roman all the way through to Henry VII. Are we ready? Is my timer ready? In 3, 2, 1, go on! So everyone keep an eye on what people are doing, please. So we'll be coming, this is a test. So as you can see, the archers are getting off a ridiculous stream of arrows. As you call, 12 to 15 with an average for a trained archer. The crossbowman, you'll see the handspan is probably a little bit faster than the heavy crossbow. However, it doesn't have the penetrating power of the heavy crossbow, so the earlier piece designed to be shot at people with lighter armour. One of our gunners has quit. How long we got? How long we got? Oh, down to the last 10 seconds. Oh, our archers are now wondering if they brought enough arrows. 3, 2, 1, stop, stop, stop!
I'm saying nothing, dude. Does he fit? Just about. Head up. Can you?
No. See, I was made for this. So I just feel like I belong here.
I'm saying nothing on that regard.
Oh no.
Alright, I'm gone. See ya. I don't know if that's an accurate charge or whatever. Oh, okay, that was better than I thought.
That fits like a dream.
Shut up. Okay, so that could escape my head part.
Oh, that's a great shot right there.
Move on to 1066, about the Senlac Hill, you call the Battle of Hastings, the introduction of the Normans. So big round of applause then for the Normans. Oh, louder, come on. Late 12th century. We're going to jump into the 13th century. So this is Sir Christopher Gregory. Round of applause for Sir Christopher. Come on, louder, he's all by himself. Lovely. Sure there's a song in that somewhere. So, more colouring what he is wearing, more about that again in a moment. But give him a cheer, come on, this is the 13th century. So this is the 1200s, going into the Middle Ages, which is really the age of flashy. So this is then Sir William de Kerr and his household. So William de Kerr, louder, come on, give him some encouragement. Of the 15th century. So this is mostly then the Wessex Medieval Alliance. Big cheer for the 15th century. Louder, come on. Trust me, you think that you're hot sitting out there in your t-shirts. Look at what these guys are wearing, right? They need your support. Cheer them. 15th century. Using Germanian, German mercenaries all the way along the south coast. So there already was a continental presence here. Even before the Roman armies, their first weapon would be a spear. Most of it's made out of wood, got one little bit of metal on the end of it. No, they're not that wealthy yet. Don't forget, they moved over here with a tribal warrior leader. That's it, in turn, becomes a king. So kings are going to fight each other, and eventually have one king of them all. This area of Wessex, potentialised.
We know today is black powder, made of 3 things: charcoal, saltpetre, and salt. The reason we use charcoal is pure, but it won't burn. If you cook a burger or a barbecue, it doesn't blow off quickly, it doesn't burn quickly. So we add sulphur into that. Now we've got a wet barrel. Wet barrel's no good to anyone. We can't put gunpowder in that, it'll get soggy and it won't light. So what we need to do is dry the barrel. So we get a dry swab. That goes down the barrel. We twirl that around again. We pull that out, and because of modern health and safety, the gun commander has a quick look down the barrel. It's nice and dark. If there's anything burning, they're going to see it. There goes round 2. Now that's great. So now got a barrel. You pull your scoop out, you get your wadding and your ball or shot, and then you get a ramrod. You ram that all down, same as you would with a normal gun, which they are doing now. Here we go. You prime the back and get ready to stop the stopwatch. Thank you very much, gunners. 3 times, and we're going to see if Trinity's any quicker. Now, Trinity is a copy of a gun that was found off the Yorkshire coast near Ravenspur. It's believed to have been dropped off a boat while it was being unloaded during the revival. That's when King Edward came back to defeat the evil Lancastrian King Henry and retake the throne for York. No, she's still not listening, that's good. The reason we have wheels on them isn't to transport them to the battle, it's so you can aim the gun quickly in a battle. Our gunners have indicated they're ready, hang on. Is my timer ready? You start it on 1, you stop it on 3. Gunners, in your own time, go on.
On your shout.
So we've had our first shot. We're only using 1 barrel because using all 3 would be cheating and it would be boring. What they do is they knock the peg out that holds the tankard, take the spent tankard out, cast that away, put a new tankard in. Before they put a new tankard in, here's the shot. Before they put the new tankard in, they put in the ball or the shot up the barrel from the back. New tankard goes in, pin goes in, prime it, and they shoot. And I can't even explain this fast enough that they can load it. Here we go, last one's in, get ready to stop. Oh, primer's going on. And here we go, get ready to stop it. And there we go. Gunners, in your own time, go on.
No, she's lost that match.
Go, Ben. Get in there as well.
Oh no.
Oh no.
And here we have the problem with black powder weapons. Sometimes the match doesn't burn hot enough to light the modern powder. Modern black powder's covered in graphite.